He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
Well, it might be the Chicago way, but here's the Chicago way, Lauren Cohn.
Good morning, John.
Good morning, Lauren Cohn. Get out of your houses and go to work, you lazy little babies.
Whee!
What is going on? We got up.
Parents are working from home today. It's a good excuse. Hey, I can't get in because I got to shovel my driveway, and the kids are out of school, so I got to stay home. Even though the roads are open, public transportation's moving.
I was on Metro today.
Oh, how was that?
Was really good.
Was there any human sweat transfer?
I didn't have any sweat transfer. I did not even get coughed on. Nobody leaned on me. No perverts leaned on me. You know how sometimes they do that.
Well, you're having a good morning.
I'm not a cute. I don't look like Katy Perry.
Was it crowded on your train?
No, it wasn't crowded.
Nobody was on it but you. That's why there was no.
And I look out the window and I tweeted something like, Metro says it's going to track, trains are late. No, really? It's like bleak. Some guy sitting, we're passing some guy walking, trudging in the snow like some, just one man trudging in the snow. You see him in the landscape. Kind of embarrassing.
Next time, put your cross-country Next time, put your cross-country skis on and just go down Ogden Avenue all the way to work. Right?
If I put my cross-country skis on, I would collapse in 10 feet. Because yesterday was the day of grilling. It was the day of Super Bowl.
Snowmageddon.
Okay, listen.
Today's the big dig out.
And we watched the Super Bowl, Lauren.
Yes, you did watch the Super Bowl, didn't you?
It was so awesome.
I was here working.
I know.
I saw the beginning of it. And then I went and online watched the highlights. Of course, the end of the Super Bowl. What in the world? Are the Seahawks ever going to...
What in the world?
I mean,
is it like...
Are the Seahawks ever going to be able to deal with how bad they messed up at the end of that game?
Je suis Tom Brady. Je suis Patriots. Je suis Bill Belichick. Je suis deflated footballs. We're going to talk about all that, plus the stupidest commercial in the history of mankind. The dead kid commercial.
Yeah.
Can you kick a commercial in the crotch? That's what I'd like to know. It's not really because they're not human. So they don't have those things. They don't even have legs. It's just a commercial. It's an idea. But whatever it is, they put that kid up there. It made me sick. When I saw that, we're like, wait, let's rewind it. Everyone's like, what? What? Dead kid? I died? I could have been happy, but I'm dead? Like, that's not a good thing for your Super Bowl party. Stupid Nationwide.
312-591-8900. Wherever you are this morning, we want to hear from you. Are you digging out? Are you sleeping in? Do you have a hangover from the Super Bowl? Did you even watch? Or were you listening to the Big 89 last night? And what's going on in your neighborhood?
There was a good segment later about 10:30. It was an awesome segment.
It was. John came on last night.
That was after the game. Okay. And also, Dibbs, okay? Judge Dibbs will be joining us later, because he's got his black robes on. He wants to know from you, what are the best Dibbs chairs you've seen? Like, the little rubber ducky. Anyone using the Blue Virgin? I've seen the Blue Virgin. It's legendary that it's used in the 33rd Ward, in Dick Bell's ward. I remember the Streets and Sand guy they use the Blue Virgin up here. Nobody wants to move it. Of course you don't want to move it.
Nobody's gonna mess with it. Of course not.
If you touch it, like the Omen music starts playing.
But when I was coming to work today, how are people even going to get their cars out? Because not only are they covered in snow, the snow plows pushed all the snow up against their car. There's just no way. And if it's going to be 18 degrees, it's not going to melt. You're not going to have any help. Forget it.
And then when you dig out, of course, do you just let some other weasel take it? You dig out your car. All the work you did.
You're not getting it out today. You're not digging it out, John.
But sooner or later, I've got people at the Tribune. Let's just admit it. There's two kinds of people. Free people and kind of commie, okay? And the kind of commies are telling me always, they tell me, your Dibbs thing sucks. It's terrible. You shouldn't be so selfish. We should all, what do we do? Walk down the street together, arm in arm?
Oh, yeah.
Singing what's that, Russian International? Like the Russian theme? While we dig everybody out of the snow together collectively? What kind of nonsense? Nobody digs snow like that. You dig your snow as your own private labor, and then you put a big bird or a broken chair or something there.
That says it's yours.
And why should I not be Judge Dibbs? I live in the suburbs where we don't even park in their driveway. People don't even park in their driveway. That's kind of
And they fill up
Class
and
A.
if they have a garage, they fill it up with other stuff, right? Nobody uses it.
No, they park their Jaguars and their Bentleys in the driveway, in the garage. And me, I just got the Toyota there, but we don't park on the street. So that's why I'm good as Judge Dibbs, because I can make these determinations without having
bias.
skin in my. I almost said skin in my game, but I'm not. The cliche is skin in
No
the
bias.
game.
Fair and balanced. Hey, Joe, good morning. You're on 89 WLS. You got any snow woes?
This morning, the two of you.
How you doing, Joey?
Hey, I'm glad you guys are tough and you got to work. I'm normally from Chicago, but I moved to Michigan about 5 years ago.
How are the cucumbers
our
up there?
driveway's 0.4 of a mile long, and the UPS driver just said our driveway is in better shape than the highway. But it's a great day to drive because there aren't any idiots on the highway. I think they're all maybe hungover from last night or something.
They stayed home.
What are you driving, Joe? It looks like you got a snow vehicle.
No, believe it or not, I'm driving a little bitty HHR Chevy. You know what that is? Little bitty, ugly-looking, 1940s-looking station wagon. Do
you have the sand in the back?
No, we don't have to do that. Come on, I'm a Chicago boy. Remember 1967?
Yeah, I was. You know what? I had the mumps that year.
Did?
Yeah, I was inside with the mumps, and then Mrs. Banizak, who was probably the most beautiful woman in the world, gave me a lot of homework. So I had the mumps and homework. I couldn't even play.
What a way to go! You know what I mean?
Go. Thanks, Joey.
The roads are actually coming in from Michigan now. I'm almost in Michigan City, and the roads are really, really good shape.
Good to know.
That's good, Jim.
Thanks for calling in, Joe.
The traffic is flowing right along because the idiots have stayed home.
Thank you.
That's the line of the
one
day.
thing
Thanks,
people
Joe.
He's right. When people don't know how to drive, stay home. Like in Virginia, my brother lives there. In Virginia, if there's like 2 flecks of snow on the ground, the whole country, the whole government shuts down. They cannot drive in snow.
Remember what happened in Atlanta?
Morons.
Was it a couple years ago when they had the big snow and the whole place shut down because they hadn't prepared? And that's the funny thing here.
Atlanta?
Yeah. Don't you remember?
Isn't that like fried green tomatoes?
They
nice.
They had it. But everybody says here, everybody makes overblows and everybody comes out and makes a big deal. But if you don't, right? And then it's bad, then you're Mayor Bolandic and you're getting beaten.
Speaking of mayors, we're going to talk about that later on in the show. We're going to have Chuy Garcia running for mayor. We're going to have Bill Ruthart from the Tribune with his great series on Rahm selling the city by the pound, not hat tip to Genesis. And coming up next, you know his name. He wears black robes. He's a serious man. Judge Dibbs.
Here comes the judge! Here comes the judge! Here comes the judge, y'all! Here comes the judge!
Stop beating that bud, 'cause here comes the judge. Don't nobody budge, 'cause here comes the judge.
Here comes Judge Dibbs.
Judge
Oh, no,
Shorty.
wait, he's here. He's got a socks
Thank
cap
you.
on.
Thank you, my good people.
And he's ready to rule. So 312-591-8900. Call in because Judge Dibbs wants to know if you're having an issue and where you are. Are you in the big dig right now?
Are you digging out? Are you looking at it? Did you put the lampshade out there with the leg? The leg lampshade? Fishnet stockings? Perfect Dibbs. Is Dibbs right or wrong? I am the keeper of the Dibbstitution. As Judge Dibbs, I hold the sacred scrolls of Dibbs, which tell me if it's right or wrong to have it. Today is the right day to have Dibbs. It is snowing, it's deep, and don't give me any of this commie nonsense that Dibbs are wrong.
So you spend like an hour digging out your car,
It's your
and then you
it's your
go off,
spot.
but you got to put something in that spot to keep it. That's the whole point. If you don't put something in your spot, you lose. You snooze, you lose. You put something in the spot, whatever it is, and it's yours. Now, what happens if you're like someone like me who comes to get back to your spot and remove the lava lamp, and there's some dude backing into your space? Do I fight him? Do I go after him?
Do not have any physical contact. I would just suggest that in the past, not that I'm saying that this is what to do. That would be immature of me. In the past, people have taken hoses and sprayed offending cars till it becomes a block of ice. Not that I would suggest to do that. People get a little upset. Then there was a guy in Massachusetts or wherever who took out a gun and started shooting the parked cars that took his Dibbs place.
Shot out their tires?
I think he shot the cars.
Wow.
I put it on Facebook.
See,
It
that's
was
what
kinda-
I wouldn't want to confront someone because you don't know what kind of mood they're
Do
in.
not steal. Do not take. Now you've covered winter snows in many cities. Mm-hmm. Is Dibbs Philadelphia? Do they have Dibbs there?
Yeah, of course.
Right, normal cities, but Massachusetts Dibbs. Even though Mayor Mumbles tried to get rid of it. New York,
No,
Brooklyn,
not New York City. Maybe.
Brooklyn, not Manhattan. Who drives? Nobody
Manhattan,
drives.
No.
Queens and Brooklyn, maybe.
Right.
In normal cities, Long Island,
Long Island. Can you please say it
Do
correctly?
they don't have Dibbs. Do they have Dibbs?
I don't know.
Now
I didn't do a Dibbs tour on my journalistic.
Let's put it this way: some of the guys who aren't Chinese who live in Chinatown.
Who would that be?
Yeah, right. How you doing? And they have Dibbs in the summer. Mm-hmm. They're like lawn chairs in the summer. Like,
Exactly.
don't put over Mister You know whose house. Don't park over there. The bungalow is as big as a block.
So 312-591-8900. Want to hear how's it going in your neighborhood with weather this morning, your weather stories, your Dibbs stories. By the way, I just wanted to let you know, Punxsutawney Phil, that little rodent,
Little rat.
he saw his shadow. 6 more weeks of winter. Just saying.
That's all fake, isn't it? They don't even bring them out anymore. You can't even see them.
That's right, because if Mayor de Blasio was anywhere in the
God.
region, in
He's
Pennsylvania.
a murderer. He murdered the one in New York.
the New
He
York,
killed it.
He dropped it.
He broke
Right.
its back,
So-
and it died. I think they took a little silver hammer, popped it, put it out of its misery.
So now they worry that someone might do that to Punxsutawney Phil, so they keep him enclosed.
Also, while you're calling in for your Dibbs issues, the main thing is this: did you cook yesterday? Did you make the Meisner wings, Jason Meisner wings? We made them on, tweeting all over under hashtag Jason Meisner wings. They were outstanding. People ask me, Lauren Cohn, why do you give these tips away? Why don't you charge for them in a book? Why do I give them away on WLS and in the Chicago Tribune? Here's my response.
75 men have I killed with my own hands in battle. I scatter, I burn my enemies' tents. I take away their flocks and herds. The Turks pay me a golden treasure, yet I am poor. Because I am a river to my people.
Thank you, my good people.
Wings for everyone.
That's
You
right.
were working on the wings for a while
Ooh,
yesterday.
they were
Even
good.
Betty wasn't so happy you tweeted her picture doing the wings.
No,
was
she was good with the picture because we shot a couple of pictures.
I like the tweet of the boys. You see, you sent them outside to shovel the driveway.
That was Peter and,
no
his,
wings
and
for
one of
you
his
till you
teammates.
shovel.
Peter and one of his teammates in soccer came over, and they shoveled. It was good because I don't want to shovel. I snowplow.
Why should you?
So
Anyway, we
Judge
gotta call
Bibbs
him.
is here.
We got to call.
Did I call myself Judge Bibbs? Judge Dibbs.
Paul, good morning. You're on 89 WLS.
Good morning, Judge Dibbs, please.
Yes, sir. Court is in session.
I drive a fuel truck, and I worked yesterday. I'm on my way in today, but please, whenever it's snowing, ban fancy SUVs and minivans from all highways. Just ban them.
Why do you petition the court in this fashion, sir? What is your argument?
Because they do nothing but cause accidents or involve in an accident. If you're driving a fancy SUV, you're going to end up on your roof in a ditch somewhere. If you're driving a minivan, you're going to drive 20 miles an hour because you're afraid of the snow, and us trying to get the job done comes up on you, and then we start spinning like a top to avoid you. Just don't come out on the road.
You mean
Stay
like
home.
what do you mean like the fancy? Let's get into this evidence. The fancier the SUV, the worse the driver. Like a BMW SUV or a
Lexus?
Cadillac SUV, like an Escalade, like a black Cadillac Escalade SUV.
Yeah.
I might have to disagree with you on
Out
that.
on the snow. They don't know what they're doing. They buy these things, they throw them in four-wheel drive, and they think they can do 100 miles an hour, and then they hit ice and go, oops.
Oops.
Okay, Judge Dibbs says.
Thanks, Paul.
If you have the fancy SUV, you're going 100 miles an hour in four-wheel drive. You are in the violation of the Dibbstitution.
Oh, yeah, that's Chicago style. I put a chair there, and I dug that out in front of my house. You better believe it. You better not park there.
Thanks, Paul, for the call. By the way, someone from 630 just asked if I slept last night because I was working last night and I'm here this morning. I did. I got a couple hours of sleep, so thanks for asking.
Yeah, but it was nice to hear Stephanie Trussell call in on her own show.
It was.
Right?
Yeah.
Hi,
She's
how
out
are
there
you,
in
Lauren?
Phoenix.
Yeah.
She called in. Mm-hmm. Laura Kelly called in, and a number of people were on.
She called in to correct me.
She did.
She called in. She
so
calls
we go to
in.
John, and John said, yeah, it's not
What?
snowing anymore. Not too long after, the reports, Rick DeMille, right off the top at 8 o'clock, said it's not that bad. Things are, snow's dwindling. And so then we go to you.
I say it's
yeah.
not snow because I'm in the house in the basement,
Right.
with a scotch and soda. Laura calls later, like John is wrong. Like, oh my god, Laura, watch it.
Well, everybody's got their own going on in their own neighborhood. Hey, John. Good morning. You're on 89 WLS. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Yes,
How are you guys?
Judge
Good.
Dibbs is waiting for you.
Hey, Your Honor. No dibs, man. Look, I'm a serviceman, journeyman, and somebody digs out of their spot and holds it all day. I got nowhere to park when I'm trying to service people. Look, man, I pay taxes for that spot. I got to do business there, man.
I understand that you want to service people, and I think that our politicians have been servicing the people of Chicago for many years now, but we still need to have a little order. And when a man digs out or a woman, a poor little woman, the kind that have the Super Bowl activities pack, when they dig out themselves of the driveway drift, you can't let that person not have a parking space.
What do I do? I got a service call on that block. Do I have the right to move the stuff and put my truck in there? Well, I don't.
No, you do not.
I got to carry my tool bag a block.
Yes, you do. This is it.
What are you talking about?
This is it. I have ruled. This is it for the next couple days. Dibbs is in session.
I'm going to have to go to the appellate division, man. I disagree.
Thanks, John. Thanks for calling in. What does Rahm's motorcade do? The first car and the second car? Do they just get whatever they want?
And the third car slides through.
Would Judge Dibbs issue a warrant for drones or parking cameras?
Thank you.
What are you bringing in now with the drones?
I'm saying we could have drones that could be protecting your spot, or at least visualizing who it is who's in your spot.
If they're tipped with nuclear warheads, yes.
All right, coming up at 9:34, best and worst ads of the Super Bowl, and more of your weather woes. 312-591-8900.